Hello, everyone. I'll just give you all a minute to connect to your audio and then we're going to get started. All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming along to join me tonight for our Cookidoo workshop. I'm super excited to be here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Chelsea McGill. I'm a Thermomix consultant and business development manager I live in Bunyip, which for some of you may not know is like the edge of Gippsland kind of area. So I'd love to know, where are you joining me from tonight? Pop it in the chat. I've just put a hello message in so you guys can find it. Put it in the chat. Let me know, where are you joining from? While you're in the chat, let me know, what did you have for dinner tonight? Was it a Thermomix meal? Was it a Cookidoo meal? Was it something different? Pop it in there and let me know. So I'm excited to be here tonight to give you guys a little bit more insight into the amazing recipe platform that is Cookidoo. I am a massive Cookidoo lover, a little bit of a Cookidoo junkie, not going to lie, absolutely love it. Do all of my meal planning, shopping lists, ordering my groceries through it, and I'm really excited to give you guys some of my best tips and tricks tonight. So I would love to know, while we're in the chat, if you could give me a rating. If you currently have a Thermomix and are using Cookidoo, give yourself a rating. Where would you say your Cookidoo skills or knowledge falls on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being non-existent, 10 being absolute pro. And if you don't yet have a Thermomix, or if you're not using Cookidoo, you can pop that in the chat as well. Let me know. Awesome. Amazing. So we've got a bit of a range of skills tonight, which is great. Awesome. Loving your honesty. Now, I am going to ask if everybody could please stay on mute tonight, just because when we come off mute, we are expecting quite a few people to join us tonight. So when you come off mute, can just cause a little bit of background noise. So I would love you guys to interact with me as much as possible. I love if I can feel like I'm not just talking to myself. So we'll keep using the chat box. Ask any questions that you like. If you need clarification on something, if you have a specific question, feel free to drop it in there. We are going to cover a lot of different things tonight. So if you do have a pen and paper and want to write notes down, that's great. I am recording the session as well, and I am more than happy to send through the recording afterwards for you to have a watch back if you feel that you need to kind of recover any of those bits and pieces. So I am going to share my screen with you guys. And we're going to get into things. I can find my screen. There we go. All right. Can everyone see my screen okay? Get a thumbs up from someone. Can you see my screen all right? Yes. Awesome. Thank you very much. Fabulous. All right. So here we have Cookidoo. We've got quite a range of different, thank you everyone, a bit of a range of different skill sets tonight, which is great. And we may have some people that aren't yet using Cookidoo, which is also totally fine. So Cookidoo is available as a website on your desktop or your phone. It's also available as an app, and then you can access it through the screen of your Thermomix if you are using a TM6. Now, Valerie's just asked, can I access Cookidoo from my Thermomix 5? I just look at an iPad. So if you do have a TM5, the only way that you can access Cookidoo is through a cook key, which some of you may not know about, but it is something that you can plug into the side of the TM5 that does replace your recipe chips. So that gives you that Wi-Fi compatibility, but you can't browse Cookidoo on the screen of a TM5 the way that you can on the screen of a TM6. So that is one of the key differences between the TM5 and the TM6. Cookidoo was something that came out after the TM5 was launched. So being able to use it with the cook key was a bit of an add-on afterwards, whereas the TM6 is designed to sync really well with Cookidoo. So that is a little bit of a difference. So the way you're using it on your iPad is probably the best way to do it. A cook key will definitely help. You will get some more guided cooking, but you're not going to get that kind of streamline on your screen. For anyone that has a TM5 and doesn't currently have a cook key, we do have a limited time host reward where you can get a cook key for free or quite cheap. So you can reach out to your consultant or let us know in the chat box if you need a consultant, and we can help to host a demo and get a host reward. And of course, we also have our trade up running at the moment. So if you have been thinking about a TM6, now is a great time, because just for being a TM5 owner, you can get a $300 discount off the 6 and a free second bowl, which is amazing as well. So again, shoot your consultant a message or pop it in the chat and we can help you with that too. All right, so we are on our desktop version of Cookidoo, which you can see here. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is a bit of a simple one, but this is a really great one here. So whether you're on your desktop or the app, doesn't matter, but you want to come up to the top and click on your profile. So this is my profile here. We want to click View Profile. Now, you can choose what kind of cook you are, because the Cookidoo is a little bit like Netflix. The more you use it, the smarter it gets. And it is going to start knowing what kind of things you like to eat, and it's going to start suggesting meals that it thinks you may like, which is really cool. So you can choose if you're a veggie cook, time-saving cook, chefy cook, or classic cook, and that will help it to get to know you a little bit better. I fall into all of these categories, but time-saving is probably the biggest one, which is why I've got that selected. Now, in your accessories here, you can choose what you have as well, which is going to help to filter through recipes. Now, if you have the older style blade cover, you can select it there. If you've got a blade cover peeler, you can select it here. If you're one of the lucky ones that has a Thermomix cutter, select it here. And I actually haven't updated mine because I do have the brand new Thermomix sensor, so I'm going to include that as well. So that means when I am searching for recipes, it's going to show things that use these accessories. If you don't have these turned on, it will generally filter those recipes out, so you're not seeing them. So if you would like to see them, use ones there. And then down here, now this is the big one here. So filter preferences. So what we want to do here is update our filters. Now, Cookidoo in Australia, we have about 3,500, pushing 4,000 recipes, which is a lot. That's a lot of recipes. But when you select English and you take away the country Australia, so you can untick Australia and you can tick English, then we hit save. This is going to open you up to all the countries that have English language recipes. So that's going to take you from about 3,500 up around 12,000.
Wow.
So that is quite a jump in recipes there, which is what we want. So you will find a bit more variety. You know, the Australian Cookidoo is incredible. 4,000 recipes is still a lot, but you will just find a little bit more variety there. I tend to cook quite a lot of UK recipes, some of the US recipes, Canada, things like that. They will now come up when you set that. So again, just in your little profile up the top here, add your accessories, choose what kind of cook you are, and then you can also add in that, take that Australia filter off and tick your English filter. Helen's just said that's why I can't see recipes sometimes, and that would be right, Helen. So without that, you would be missing out on some recipes there. And if you follow some consultants online and you're seeing the things that they're making and you're not finding them on yours, that could be why. So now that we've played around with our profile, now you will find if you're on the app, you will need to save that and then exit your app, like swipe your phone up to close your app fully. And then when you reopen it, your settings will be reset with the new way. And you can go back into your profile at any time. If you decide you'd rather just Aussie recipes, that's fine. Just head back in and change it whenever suits you. Now, this is our homepage of Cookidoo. The pictures are always changing. I love seeing all the beautiful things on here. And because I've set up my profile with my name, it does say, hello, Chelsea McGill. Something that's a little bit fun is you can edit your profile and you can change your name. Yeah. No, what's it doing? And now when I turn my Thermomix on, it's going to say, hello, beautiful. What would you like to cook today? So have a little play with that. Why not get a compliment from your Cookidoo or your Thermomix every day when you turn her on? You can also change that back if you would like. Now, Carrie's just said you can translate any recipe from non-English speaking countries as well, which you absolutely can do. Thank you, Carrie. So if you use Cookidoo on something like Google Chrome and you open up a recipe, you can hit the translate button. If you open up a recipe in a different language, say a French recipe, you can hit the translate button and it will translate that for you. Or you can use an app on your phone where you hover your phone over the screen of your Thermomix and in a different language, and it will it will translate that for you as well. So you can absolutely still access those other recipes that are in different languages if that is what you are wanting to do. Now, excuse me, I'm just going to make one of my team leaders a co-host just so she can help me letting people in as they come on in. There we go. All right, so have a play with that. Have a look at your profile, your settings, and remember that you can translate recipes if you want to. Now, on your homepage, you've got a few different things. It will always show you what's new on Cookidoo. So Cookidoo is always being updated. When I joined as a consultant just over 5 years ago now, we had 42,000 recipes. We are about to crack the 100,000. We may have cracked it. I haven't checked in a little while. Worldwide recipes. So massive jump in just 5 years there. So it is always being updated. So you can see here what's new on Cookidoo. Scroll down, you've got some articles, bits and pieces that you can read here as well. Because I like the quick things, it's suggesting some quick, easy sources for me, and have a bit of a browse. What the community's cooking is one of my favorites. So this is based on what people are making all around Australia in their Thermomix at the moment. So you can tell we've just had a weekend because we tend to get some really nice sweet baking on the weekend, and pancakes is always a big one on the weekends too. So this will have been updated from the last few days. I've got cinnamon buns on my list. You'll see in my meal plan in a moment. We just moved house and our oven was broken. So I've just bought a new oven and I am now very excited to make some cinnamon buns this week. So stay tuned for those. And then you've got some different things here featured for you, themes, etc. So you can have a little bit of a browse here and it will suggest things that it thinks you are going to like as well, which is cool. Then in your search bar, so your search bar is quite cool. So you can hit the search button without actually searching for anything. And here you go, in our English language, we've got 11,823 recipes there, which is quite a lot. It's about 27 years of recipes if you cook one new recipe a day. So that's literally a lifetime of meals there, which is cool. Now, if you want to just hit that search button, it will bring you to this homepage here, and then we can click on our filters. So you might think 11,000 recipes, where in the world am I going to start? Right? Can feel a little bit overwhelming. So that's when we come into our filters, and you can filter through what you are wanting to find. So let's say you are wanting to find some main dishes for the week. You want to do some meal planning, do some main dishes. So let's click on main dishes meat, pasta and rice, main dishes fish is what I'm feeling. Then you can scroll down here and you can search for some different things. So say I've got some chicken in my fridge that needs to be used. I could put chicken breast here or chicken thigh, roast whole chicken, whatever I have, and it will now filter through recipes that contain that ingredient, which means I'm not going to waste that chicken. I'm going to be able to find something to use it up, which is a really great way to reduce your food wastage and to save money off your grocery bill as well. You can also exclude things. If you have an allergy to something, if you have a peanut allergy, you can put peanuts and exclude that, and it will show no recipes that contain that item, which is awesome as well. There's quite a lot of hashtags. Think of like an Instagram hashtag, same thing on Cookidoo. So you've got your hashtags here, which you can search for. You might want to use something like quick or lunchbox or something like that, which will bring up those specific things as well. Now, your difficulty, I don't tend to use this one. I find Cookidoo meals are all pretty easy, but that's up to you if you want something super easy or you want to go a bit fancy. And this is a filter that I use quite a lot here. So total time, less than 30 minutes. So let's say I want to pick some midweek meals. I've got some main dishes and I want to be done in less than 30 minutes because I'm busy during the week. I'm going to click on that. You can adjust the portions here if you would like. You can also search by ratings. Now, ratings on Cookidoo are an interesting one. I tend not to make anything with 2 or less stars. Some people rate quite harshly. I find 3 and above is normally great. If something's only got 2, I probably wouldn't touch it. If it's only got 1 star, definitely don't touch it. There's a reason for that. And then you can search your Thermomix version. If you are using an older model Thermomix, you may want to select it so it doesn't bring up those TM6 only recipes. Our TM6 does have modes and functions that our other Thermomix models don't have, and the capacity of the bowl of the 31 and 5 are different. So if you are using a TM31 or a TM5, you may want to select it in your version. If you own a TM6, just leave it because it will show you all recipes. Got your accessories here, and then your languages, which we're just going to leave. So we have 443 main dishes meat, pasta, rice, main dishes fish that are start to finish less than 30 minutes. So this is brilliant. This shows me that, great, I can do some meal planning for the week ahead, knowing that all of these things are going to be made in less than 30 minutes. So we can have a bit of a browse. I actually had this tonight. It is a delicious dish. Highly recommend chili beef with lemon feta. Well, let's say we have a little bit of a browse and we go, all right, risotto verde sounds beautiful. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots and I'm going to add it to my week. And let's say we're going to meal plan for next week. So we're going to have that on Monday. So select Monday and save. Keep scrolling until you find something. Salmon with ginger sauce and spiced cashews. Beautiful. Again, add to my week. We're going to have that on Tuesday. What else have we got? Trying to spice it up here a little bit. Thai chili chicken and basil. I'm going to open this and have a bit of a look at it. I haven't seen this recipe before, so I'm going to click into it. It's got 3.6 ratings, so I think that's fine. Have a little look through your ingredients, tags, tips, tricks, nutritional value, that kind of stuff. And let's add to our week from here. We're going to add that to Wednesday. Now, something that's really cool that is a new function as well is that you can actually change the portion size of quite a lot of recipes on Cookidoo. So say I'm looking at this and it makes 6 and I think to myself, I want to edit that. Now, some will automatically let you edit. Some you will need to edit through your created recipes, which you can do here. So click start. And I can make this one bigger actually. So let's say we've got some people coming over. I want it to feed 9. When I click 9, it will actually automatically update my ingredients and change any cooking times that is needed. Then I can click save, done. And this is now in my created recipes because I have created my own version of this essentially. Now I'm going to add it to my week. And we're going to have that on Thursday. Now we'll talk more about created recipes in a moment. We'll head back to our search page. Now I have lost my filters that I was searching with, which is fine. I could go back and start and filter again if I wanted to, but I think that's enough with our searching at the moment. So we are going to now click on our weekly planner up here. Now I'm a big meal planner. Any other meal planners here tonight? Pop it in the channel. Let me know. Are you someone that meal plans? Yes, Helen's a meal planner. Anyone else a meal planner? I'm a massive meal planner. I don't think I'd cook if I didn't meal plan, to be honest. I'm such a busy person. I love being able to turn my Thermomix on, open up my week, see what I'm eating, and then just start cooking. No, I've got everything in there. Yes, Milani said the same as me, or we won't eat. I think we're the same. So in my week, you can see, as I did say, we had the chili beef tonight for dinner. Beautiful. Add it to your list. Tomorrow night, I've got a mac and cheese from my created recipes, which we'll talk about in just a moment. I've got a spice rub chicken with maple glaze. I've never tried this one before, and I'm really excited about it. Some inside out chicken Kievs and some other bits and pieces through the week here. And then here's those dishes that we just added together there. So your weekly planner is a great place to come to also save money. So when we are meal planning, we tend to buy less. We tend to waste less. And you will find that you are cooking more. So you will actually save quite a bit of money at the supermarket and you're not impulse buying and you're not wasting, which is brilliant. Australian households waste over 2 million tonnes of food a year, generally all good food that doesn't get eaten. So that is a massive number. And I love how Cookidoo can help to reduce the amount of waste households are putting out there, which is awesome. So when you've got some things in your week, you can move them around. So people say, what if I don't feel like eating that on the day? That absolutely happens to me quite often. So I'll just have a look at my week and I'll think, you know what? I'm not feeling mac and cheese tomorrow. I'm going to move that to another day. Click on your dots, move to another day. Say I'm going to have that on Saturday instead and save. So you can adjust your week once you've done it, move things around if you like. Sometimes things get flipped out of my week to the next week or just depending on how I'm feeling, but having them there makes a difference. Now, the other thing that I love about the weekly planner is that you can create shopping lists from here. So I'm going to go through now the meals that we have put together here. So Sunday, I've got a few different things going on. Sometimes when I see something I like, I just throw it on a day. So it's there for me to find. I'm going to add this to my shopping list. Add to my shopping list. Add to my shopping list. Cinnamon buns, definitely add to my shopping list. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Sorry, guys. Add to shopping list. Add to shopping list. So we've added all of those to the shopping list. And when we scroll back up, we can see the shopping list here as well. Now you can do this in the app as well. If you're using your phone, that is fine. And then we can click the show ingredients button. And now we can create a shopping list from our meals that we have added in there, which is brilliant. So our shopping list is here. Now, what we want to do is we want to go through and remove any of the things that you know you've got in your pantry. So stand in the kitchen and have a bit of a look. I've got brown sugar. I know I've got caster sugar. I know I've got yeast. I always have cashews. We're a big cashew family. I've got a lemon tree, so I can cross off the lemon. Water, obviously, we don't need to buy. And I always have white wine, so we can mark that off. Now, these are generally all your pantry staples. So I know I've got baker's flour, just stocked up my plain flour. I need risotto rice, spelt flour. Going to get some pancetta, butter, cream cheese, yogurt, milk, your fresh things, milk powder I've got. Now, quark, I actually don't know what that is. I would Google quark, what is that? And then quark substitute, and I would find an appropriate substitute. I have a feeling that butter or something might do the job there. I find with Cookidoo, don't go buying things. I'm assuming quark's going to come if I'm right. I think it's a butter fatty like thing. Someone correct me if I'm totally off base there, but I'm going to assume that it's going to come in like a tub or a stick or something like that. And I may never use the other 400 grams that are in that amount. So I would prefer to just substitute that. So Google substitute quark, and then pick something that I know I'm going to reuse again, rather than buying something that's never going to get used. So, oh, Sindel, thank you. I Googled it. It's a soft cheese. I was close-ish, maybe. I had dairy, right? So I'm probably just not going to buy it. I'm going to use something else. A soft cheese. I could use feta or I could use something like that. There we go. Thank you, Tracy. Substitute cream cheese. Perfect. Cream cheese I will use again. And actually, I need cream cheese here for my cinnamon buns. So that would be a great substitute there instead of buying two separate things. Green peas, we can mark off. Just go through and mark off the things that you've already got. Olive oils. So anything that you've got, all your spices, bits and pieces like that, mark them off. I've got a cupboard full of spices. All of your basics I always have on hand. My fresh things I'm probably going to need. I don't buy fresh herbs because they're too expensive. It's looking a little bit better. And now, my favorite. Yes, creme fraiche. Thank you, Sindel. That is a great option there as well. Now, is anybody using this function? Are we using our shopping list? Are we creating meal plans and shopping lists on Cookidoo? Pop it in the chat and let me know. Great. Fabulous. Some people are doing it. Love it. Oh, no. Okay. Quite a few no's. Okay. All right. Well, I am challenging everybody who is not using it now to have a shot. So when you're ready to do your next week's groceries, pick a meal plan. You don't have to do 7 days. You might be someone who only does 3 days. That's fine. Do what's going to work for you and your family. And then create your meal plan and then pop it into your shopping list. And now some of you, this may blow your mind, but you can actually order your ingredients directly to Woolies online through your Cookidoo here. So this button up here, we've got order ingredients, which I'm going to click on. And it's going to take us over to our third party, Whisk. And Whisk is the affiliate to Woolworths. So I'm going to click on Woolworths. Right now, we can only do this through Woolies. It's not available through Coles or anything. It is just a Woolies one. And it will take you to this page. So this is where you can choose some substitutes. Now, I do get asked all the time, is this going to pick the most expensive items? It definitely does not. You will notice some cheap versions here. We've got Woolworths brand cream cheese. It will sometimes pick more expensive ones, sometimes cheaper ones. I think it tries to match the size more than anything, but it definitely doesn't pick the most expensive. But here, for example, White Wings plain flour. I am please don't judge me, I'm a cheap plain flour gal. We use so much flour in our house that I can't afford to use the fancy ones. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to substitute for the Essentials brand plain flour because it's about $2 cheaper. So go through and make any changes that you're not happy with. So make sure you've got things. It generally gives free range eggs. It's very rare it gives caged eggs, which is great. Please don't buy caged eggs. Go through. For me, I need lactose-free dairy products. So I might search for it if it doesn't come up. I don't know if I've searched the right thing there. I want like a natural yogurt. Have a bit of a scroll until you find the one that you want. It's not going to bring up the one that I want. Of course, it's not. To make a mockery of me in front of you all. Oh, it did. Here we go. Farmers Union, Greek style, lactose-free yogurt. So I've switched that out for my lactose-free. I might want to switch this out for a larger milk. We go through quite a lot of milk in our house. So it's very expensive, that one. I don't want that one. Just go through and make your choices. So switch out anything that you're not happy with. Make sure that you are happy with what it's bringing up. Like, we're not going to buy organic ginger because we're not rich. We're just going to go regular ginger. So scroll through and make any changes to anything that you're not happy with. And then you just hit add to Woolworths cart. Now, it has added everything into my Woolies online. You can log in if you are, I'm a weekly Woolies online shopper, so it's got my details ready to go. If you're not, you can create an account. And then it has added everything into my cart. There you go. You can all see my address there where I live. And here we have our Woolies cart populated with all of those things that we are buying for our week. So we have a meal plan, we've got a shopping list, and now we've got our groceries ready to go. You can order your delivery or you can order for click and collect, whatever works for you. If you are someone that doesn't like to do online shopping, that's fine. You can head to the supermarket with this list that you've created. You can print it, or if you open the app on your phone, it will sync straight over and it will be on the app. And then you can just tick the boxes as you walk around the supermarket and grab the things that you need, which is brilliant. So tell me, did you know that you could order directly to Woolies online? Is it something that you'd like to try if you haven't done it before? Or are you more of an in-store shopper? Pop it in the chat and let me know. Now, I'm just going to clear this one so I don't order lots of random things next week. So we have done our meal plan, our shopping list directly to Woolies online or heading to the shop, whatever works best for you. There we go. A couple of people didn't know that was a thing. They're going to be using it. Amazing. It is super handy. I love it. I live 15 minutes to the closest big supermarket. So for me, like a half an hour round trip just to get to the supermarket and back, this is a much more time efficient thing for me to do. And I find I spend much less money because I'm not impulse shopping. I'm just buying what I need, which is brilliant. So we have covered filters, your profile settings, meal plans, shopping list, ordering directly to Woolies online, changing the sizes of your dishes, which is brilliant. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is how to access recipes without the internet. So if you have a TM6 and you're using your Wi-Fi at home, then everything will sync to your Cookidoo. If you've got a bad internet connection, or if you want to take your Thermomix away with you, if you're going caravanning or camping, you can create collections that you can then access with no internet. So these collections here that you can see, some I've created, some are cookbooks. But for example, we take our Thermomix away with us all the time. So we take ours caravanning. I've got quite a lot of collections here. I really need to clean mine out. These are quite old now. But when you go, oh, I didn't even find it. After all that, I scrolled too far. So when you see one called, maybe it's, there we go. Van Adventures. This was my last, oh, it's just signed me out. This was my last caravan trip. So I created a little meal plan for things that we were going to make while we were away in the caravan. So I added them in. When you find a recipe, you click on it on your 3 dots and you can, here it would say add to collection, saying move recipe because I'm in a collection, add to collection, and then my collection will be called Van Adventures. So I've added these things in here. Now, before I leave home to go away, I turn my Thermomix on. Make sure you turn it on while you're on your Wi-Fi. This Van Adventures collection will sync to your Thermomix. And then when you turn your Thermomix on and you have no Wi-Fi, you will still be able to access all of these recipes as guided cooking, which is awesome. So bad internet, going away, taking your Thermomix somewhere, you can still access all of these things in your created collections, which is super, super handy. Is anyone taking their Thermomix away with them at the moment? Now, the other thing that I love here is our created recipes. So has anyone tried creating their own recipes or importing recipes from the recipe community? Yes, a couple of yeses. I see some nods in the cameras as well, which is great. Now, what I love at the moment is that they have changed it. They've brought out a new function. It's always getting better, and we can now share our recipes, which is really cool. So I find I convert a lot of recipes, create a lot of my own recipes, make changes to recipes, and I can now share them with you guys, which is really, really fun directly from Cookidoo. So you can see these ones here I have shared recently with people. Now, you can make your own recipes from scratch. So if you've got a family favorite recipe that you've converted to a Thermomix or something that you found that you've converted, you can click on your little cross here and create recipe, and you can create a recipe from scratch. I really don't know. Our favorite pancake recipe, maybe. You can add a photo, you can add your prep time, total time, portions, and then you can add your ingredients and all of your steps here as well. So you can add it in just like any recipe, and then it will be available for guided cooking on the screen of your Thermomix, which is really cool. The other thing that you can do, we'll just get rid of that one, is import a recipe. So we can import a recipe from somewhere like Recipe Community, which I will just go into now. Is anyone using the Recipe Community website? Yep, I see some hands up in there. Well, a nose. Okay. So the Recipe Community is, oh, it's just had a bit of a makeover. Oh, which is nice. This is the new look Recipe Community. So Recipe Community was the platform before Cookidoo. So there's 32,000 recipes on here. And these are recipes that are made by people like myself. So I've made quite a few recipes that I have added to Recipe Community. Used to be the only way we could share recipes. Now we can share through Cookidoo. But Recipe Community has lots of great recipes on it. So you might have something that you love on here. So does anyone have a favorite Recipe Community recipe? You can tell me. There we go. Mum's meatloaf. Yes, Em, that is one of Em's converted ones. Oh, yogo. Yum. So I can search for something like Mum's meatloaf, and I can find Mrs. Rutsey, who is Em, who said that. And I can now bring this recipe onto my guided cooking. So I can click on Mum's meatloaf. I can have a look at it here. If you have an older model Thermomix, you could just manually do this by looking at the recipe. But there is this button here, Add to Cookidoo. So confirm that you want to add it. Give it a minute. So it has now brought it over to my Cookidoo, and it has turned it into a guided cooking recipe, which is awesome. So we've got our ingredients here, and then what it's done is it's registered any time, temp, speed, and it's turned it into guided cooking and any weighing bits as well there. So I can now save this. I can change the image if I like. I can change any steps or ingredients, or I can hit done. Now, Mum's meatloaf, we can add this into our week. So we can have this on Friday, add it into our week, and we can add it to our shopping list, and then we can use it as a guided cooking recipe, just like all our other recipes, which is awesome. So I love being able to do this. I love being able to convert old family favorites or things that I've found online and bring them over into my guided cooking, which I love. A few of the suggestions, yoga, I haven't made that before, Crystal. I've got to look at that. 30-second orange cake is a big favorite of mine, and the Baker's Delight cheese and bacon rolls are a massive favorite of ours too. You can see them already in, they were one of my first recipes I brought over, I'm pretty sure. Here they are, Baker's Delight cheese and bacon rolls. So these are some of the things that I've got in my guided cooking, my, what's it called, creative recipes here. Some of these are from the recipe community. Some are ones that I've made up, like this is my recipe. So you can kind of do both, which I really like. Another little secret tip that someone taught me was that if you're a big meal planner like I am, you can add something like roast, leftovers, barbecue into your created recipes. Now, there's nothing actually in here. It just says what it is. So I can add leftovers to my meal plan, add to my week, and we're going to have leftovers on Friday. So now I know when I'm doing my meal plan that Friday's leftovers, so I don't need to pick a meal for that day. So I thought that was really clever. And in the barbecue one, I do actually have like just our kind of standard barbecue items. So when I add that in, it goes into my shopping list. So I remember to get steak, sausages, potato, broccoli, whatever it is that I need. So that's just a little bit of extra that you can do there if you like. Melinda's asked if it gives nutritional value if you transfer it over. The recipe community doesn't have nutritional value on it, so it doesn't have the ability to do that, unfortunately. If you do need nutritional value, you can pop it in from recipe community into like MyFitnessPal or something, and it will give you that if you need it. So that's a little bit about created recipes. Does anyone have any questions so far? I'm going to share this donut recipe with you because this is one of the greatest recipes you will ever have. If you have not tried making your own hot jam donuts, please do. Treat yourself during the week, on the weekend. It's in the chat box for you. Add it to your Cookidoo. Make it when you have some time. It is beautiful and you will not regret it. Any questions? Pop any questions you have in the chat about anything we've covered, anything we haven't covered. I'm just checking my list. I think we've covered most of the things that we want to cover tonight. But essentially, Cookidoo really is an incredible platform. It will help you to save money. It will help you to save time. It will help you to reduce your waste. And it will help you to eat a bigger variety of food if that is what you are looking for. It really is so clever, and it is there to complement your Thermomix. So TM6 owners, you've got full access to all the functions and features. For our 31 or 5 owners, you are slightly limited, but you can do it manually and still get some of those amazing benefits of Cookidoo. We do have the Cookkey host reward running for a limited time if you are a TM5 owner. And we do also have our TM5 trade up running, which is incredible. So again, if you'd like any more info, please chat to your consultant or pop it in the chat and we can help you out. We do also have a Cookidoo host reward, which runs continuously. So when you host a demo, you can get a year's free of Cookidoo or your year of Cookidoo just for $20 just for hosting, which is amazing. So again, chat to your consultant, book your demo in every 12 months just before your Cookidoo renewal is coming up. Book your demo with your consultant and make sure you get your year of Cookidoo free or for $20 every year. And as an ongoing, you'll never have to pay for it or get it really cheap, which is awesome. We do also have a half-price business kit at the moment. So if you've ever been thinking about joining our team, now really is an incredible time to do it. We have so much going on and you can start your business for just $75, which is amazing. And for anyone who doesn't yet have a Thermomix, we do have a $29 second bowl with TM6 purchase at the moment as well. And for all of our wonderful customers, if you do refer somebody to your consultant and they do purchase a Thermomix, you will get a $100 Mix Shop thank you voucher to treat yourself to some fun bits and pieces there as well. So chat to your consultant about that or pop a comment in the chat box and we can help you out. Now, if there are no questions, then that is the end of my Cookidoo segment. I would love to know, what was your highlight from tonight? What is something that you learned? What is something that you're excited to try? Whatever it may be, pop it in the chat and let us know. We love hearing if these have been helpful for you. All of it, Rochelle. Love that. I'm glad you've got some great new tips and tricks. As I said, I could talk about Cookidoo all night. Just love it. Sindle's excited to move recipes from Recipe Community to Cookidoo. It's very easy to forget about the Recipe Community. So if you haven't been on that, jump on recipecommunity.com.au. Jump on and have a bit of a browse. Move some of your favourites over. Keep those comments coming, guys. What was your favourite? What are you excited to try? What didn't you know that you now know? Crystal loved it all. Amazing. Changing portions. Yes, that is fabulous. I will just quickly show you most of the basics, something like American style pancakes. These have automatically been done for you. So not all of them need to go into your created recipes. Something like this, you can halve or you can double if you would like as well. And you can do that on the screen of your TM6 as well, which is really cool. The best ever meat pie recipe was from the Recipe Community. Yes. Valerie tried meat pie once and didn't like it, but I just noticed best ever beef pie. Yes, have a look at that one. And you may like that one as well. I can also share that with you. I made a couple of changes to that one as well. But this is a beautiful meat pie. You may like that one. Shopping list, game changer. Shopping list, how good. Awesome. Love that. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. As I said, if you have any questions or you need any help, please let your consultant know or drop us a comment in the chat, or you can reply to the Zoom confirmation email. We'd love to help you out. Love seeing you all. Stay tuned for our next cooking class. We will do some cooking at our next class. So stay tuned and we shall see you there. Good night, everyone.